Okay, what happens if something goes wrong? So obviously, to get out of here, as you can see, we have the same exit thing, and no smoking. Same exit than airplanes do have, as you can see over here, a lot of, and again, if whatever region you are from and stuff, so just get familiar. And maybe even like, if you know, for example, you're in a certain part of woods that is covered by a certain sheriff or a certain helicopter services, maybe go around the base and it's like, hey, you know, like I do a lot of outdoor and everything, and I wanted to see like what kind of helicopter you guys do and stuff like that. So basically this, what it does is that, because in case that I cannot open the door, I would press this, pull this, and then literally the door will fall down this way. So this is one of the exits, and the reason it has like some feature over here is, I don't know if you can see, it's a bit like sandpaper, is basically, imagine that this is in the dark, so I can feel it and I know it's right there, so then I would push over here. There's one on the other side as well, and over here we have an extinguisher. But if there's ever a fire in a helicopter or whatever, for whatever reason, you're the difference with an helicopter, for example, versus an ambulance is that, well, or any other, like a car, you can always put the car right on the side of the road and just get out of it. The helicopter, you have to land it, because you're like 9,000, 10,000 feet, depending of if there's mountain. If there's mountain, you're even almost higher than that, depending on the mountains again. And so it's really important that you don't do anything too quick, because the pilots, as you can see over here, the pilots are right on the other side of this thing here. So there's nothing kind of blocking this. And for example, if I would use my extinguisher, it would create kind of a, well, it would absorb the oxygen, right? So basically now we have a full environment without oxygen, full of CO2 or whatever cartridge that there is in those extinguisher all around the helicopter. And now suddenly those people have to start flying and try to land it as quick as possible. So sometimes, you know, you have to really listen to what people says in the helicopter, because it's a different mindset than if you would have a car problem or something like this, because you're in the air. The other thing too is once you're inside, anything, a little bit the same thing as when you go in an airplane, so anything that has gas in it, so bear spray or anything, don't bring it inside, because with the change of pressure, it's called the Boyle's law, the gas can expand, and literally now the canister that can hold it very well at ground level suddenly cannot handle very well when you go up in the air. And basically now, again, imagine you have a bear spray forever in your backpack, and now you carry that in the helicopter, and suddenly it's like poof, and it explode, and now suddenly what you have is to have bear spray all over this teeny little environment. So just be very aware of what you carry and everything. Weapons is the same kind of situation. So we have like a very debriefing, anybody that wants to follow up here, like if we have police or something like that, we have to be very careful how it goes. Another thing that we want to talk about is the crash position. So for example, if anything goes wrong and you lose, so over here we have two motor like this. The reason we have two is that if one fails, then the other one can give us enough power to hold the helicopter up as we about to do a maneuver, because again, you're up in the air, you cannot land this thing, whatever, you need a clear field or whatever to try to land as better as you can. So this can hold us enough to do a descent that is a little bit better control. So what's going to happen, for example, if you have an airplane crashing, the force are like this. because they're forward, because that's where the airplane will kind of fall down this way. So the airplane will kind of land this way. The helicopter, because it's kind of landing like this, will literally almost fall out of the sky. We'll kind of have it still an angle, but mostly will kind of almost fall out of the sky if it loses power. So the G-force, instead of coming this way, so like this, will come more from up down. So if you ever saw a movie or been in an airplane and everything, and they talk about crash position, in an airplane you want to be forward like this and in a position again, because once the airplane's going to hit, you want to prevent this energy to push you down. Well, because the energy from an helicopter comes from down up, so from this place up, the crash position for an helicopter is way different. And the reason, and the ways you're going to put yourself is sitting straight up, so legs down, feet very well on cross, up, and you're going to put your hands behind under your armpit this way, and you're going to put your head down as much as you can to try to absorb this energy that's going to go like this, and you're going to try to bring it up. So head backwards, hands under your armpit, and feet very well placed and kind of on a bigger, wider stance. Well, as wide as your stance you can do in a helicopter, but that will be a better shock to you. The reason for the arms under pit, if there's an explosion in an helicopter again, it won't be like regular fuel, because it's jet fuel that they use. So what it does is have it's almost like a ball of fire. It's very high intensity for a short burst of time. So basically what you want to do is you protect your skin as much as you can. And basically if that ball of fire goes, it's going to do like and then it will calm down. And so basically that's why most of the gear we carry is called is Nomex or all natural, because if we don't want it to cut too much on fire, and versus like if you use synthetic, it would almost melt on you. So that's why when we're in a helicopter we always have a special kit for that. So let's get back out now and see how we could, when the helicopter's about to land, a few things that we need to prepare for. So as you can see, this is pretty much all the space that the helicopter needs to land. And basically you'll see on the video that we talk, it's 35 pace by 35 pace. And basically if you create a zone that is that much, then it should be good. When we show off our helicopter is to stand in front like this, and when the helicopter is about to land you turn around and then you put yourself like this to be protected, always wearing a helmet or something, but you don't move from there. A lot of the smaller helicopter, what you will do is stand on the side of the pilot, so if the pilot is right over there, and be in a position where you show the wind direction. So as you can see here, I got my hand extended the way the direction is, and I'm landing, protecting my neck again, wearing helmet, glove, and glasses. And what they're going to do literally is land almost that close, but they're very good. As you can see too, the reason that you want to stay there and on the side of the pilot is that the pilot will be able to see you where you are, and he's going to land almost where you are. So a lot of the helicopter, depending on, again, in your region, they'll tell you what to do, but those are two ways that you can land. And if you show on the side of the wind, so if the wind would be the other way, then I would just point the other way. So always point on the side of the wind, and the helicopter will do the rest of the job and everything. So I hope this video was informative, and I'll talk to you soon.